Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel. Have you ever wondered what goes on in your brain when you solve a problem or come up with a new idea? Well, that's where the fascinating world of psychology steps in, shining a light on the inner workings of our minds. Welcome, dear listener, as we delve into the intriguing study of the types of thinking. We'll explore the nature and definition of reasoning, the different kinds of problems we encounter, and the general methods we employ to find solutions. We'll also address the hurdles that often stand in our way, obstructing the path to resolution. Furthermore, we'll venture into the realms of creativity and critical thinking, two powerhouses of the mind that shape our world in significant ways. And of course, we'll discuss ways to enhance these vital cognitive skills, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and efficacy. So, buckle up and prepare to embark on a journey inside the human mind. Nature and definition of reasoning. Reasoning, a mental process we use daily. But what exactly is it? Well, let's explore this together. At the most basic level, reasoning is the cognitive process of making sense of things. It's how we understand the world around us, make decisions, and solve problems. It's the tool we use to piece together information and come up with conclusions. Now, there are two main types of reasoning: deductive and inductive. Let's dive into deductive reasoning first. Picture it like a top-down approach. You start with a general theory or belief, and then you narrow it down to specific observations or conclusions. For example, let's say you believe that all birds can fly. You see a sparrow in your backyard, so you conclude that the sparrow can fly. That's deductive reasoning in action. On the other hand, inductive reasoning is a bit like a bottom-up approach. You start with specific observations or instances, and then develop a general theory or hypothesis from them. For instance, you notice that your coffee tastes bitter every time you forget to add sugar. From this observation, you might form a general theory that coffee without sugar is bitter. That's inductive reasoning for you. You see, both deductive and inductive reasoning help us make sense of the world, but they do so in different ways. Deductive reasoning moves from the general to the specific, while inductive reasoning moves from the specific to the general. Both are essential tools in our cognitive toolbox, allowing us to navigate our surroundings, make informed decisions, and draw conclusions from the information we gather. So, reasoning is our mind's way of making sense of the world around us. It's like a mental detective, piecing together clues and evidence to form a coherent understanding of the world. It's a fundamental part of our cognitive processes, helping us to solve problems, make decisions, and understand our experiences, kinds of problems, and general methods of solution. From simple to complex, problems come in all shapes and sizes. Now, let's dive into the deep sea of problems. We encounter a myriad of problems in our daily lives, don't we? Some are as simple as deciding what to have for lunch, while others are as complex as finding a solution to a mathematical equation. These problems can be broadly classified into two types: well-defined problems and ill-defined problems. Well-defined problems have a clear goal and known solution methods. Think of a jigsaw puzzle. You know what the end picture should look like and the steps you need to take get there, finding the corner pieces, grouping similar colors or patterns together, and so on. On the other hand, ill-defined problems are a bit trickier. They lack clear goals or known solution paths. Deciding on a career path, for instance, can be an ill-defined problem. You might not know what exactly you want to do or how to get there. So, how do we solve these problems? There are three general methods. The first one is trial and error. This is as simple as it sounds. You try a solution, and if it doesn't work, you try another one. This method is straightforward, but can be time-consuming. The second method is algorithms. An algorithm is a step-by-step procedure that guarantees a solution. It's like a recipe. Follow the steps, and you'll get the result. This method is systematic and reliable, but can be complex for larger problems. The third method is heuristics. Heuristics are mental shortcuts or rules of thumb that can help us make decisions quickly. For example, if you're trying to find a book in a library, you might start at the section that's most relevant to the book's topic. This method is fast and efficient, but may not always lead to the best solution. Different problems require different solutions, and it's our thinking process that guides us. So, whether you're tackling a simple puzzle or navigating the complexities of life, remember to keep your mind open and flexible. You've got the tools to solve any problem that comes your way. Impediments to solutions. Why do we sometimes struggle to find solutions? That's a question we've all asked ourselves at some point. Often the answer lies in the common barriers that impede our problem-solving abilities. One such barrier is the mental set, a tendency to approach problems in a particular way based on past experiences. It's like being stuck in a rut of old habits that prevent us from seeing new solutions. Then there's functional fixedness, the inability to see objects or situations from a different perspective. It's like having blinders on, limiting our vision to only what we're accustomed to. And let's not forget about biases. These are preconceived notions or prejudices that cloud our judgment and skew our perception of reality. So why do these barriers matter? Because recognizing them is the first step towards overcoming them. By understanding these impediments, we can develop strategies to bypass them, fostering a more flexible, open-minded approach to problem solving. Understanding these barriers can help us overcome them and improve our problem-solving skills. Creativity and critical thinking. Creativity and critical thinking, two vital types of thinking, but how do they differ? Let's start with creativity. It's often associated with the arts, but creativity is so much more. It's the ability to view the world in new ways, to find hidden patterns, to make connections between unrelated phenomena, and to generate innovative solutions. It's about thinking outside the box, challenging the status quo, and not being afraid to take risks. Creativity is the spark that ignites the fire of innovation. It's the driving force behind invention and discovery. Now let's consider critical thinking. It might not seem as glamorous as creativity, but it is equally important. Critical thinking is the ability to analyze information objectively and make a reasoned judgment. It involves the evaluation of sources, such as data, facts, observable phenomena, and research findings. Good critical thinkers can draw reasonable conclusions from a set of information and discriminate between useful and less useful details to solve a problem or make a decision. So, how do these two types of thinking work together? Well, they're like two sides of the same coin. Creativity allows us to come up with new, innovative ideas and solutions, while critical thinking helps us evaluate those ideas, determining whether they're practical, beneficial, or even feasible. Think of it like this. Creativity is the engine that propels us forward, while critical thinking is the steering wheel that guides us in the right direction. Without creativity, we'd be stuck in the same old patterns and routines. Without critical thinking, we'd be aimlessly drifting, with no way to effectively evaluate or implement our ideas. These two types of thinking are crucial in problem solving and innovation. They allow us to come up with novel solutions to complex problems, to see things from different perspectives, and to constantly improve and evolve. They help us navigate through the complexities of life, making us more adaptable, more resourceful, and more successful. So creativity gives us new ideas, and critical thinking helps us evaluate and refine them. Enhancing creative and critical thinking. Can we improve our creative and critical thinking skills? Absolutely. In fact, our brains are wired for growth and adaptability. They can be trained, much like a muscle, to think more creatively and critically. So let's delve into some practical tips for flexing these mental muscles. First, we have mindfulness. This is the practice of being present and fully engaged with whatever we're doing at the moment. It's about not letting our thoughts wander off to yesterday's mistakes or tomorrow's worries. By practicing mindfulness, we can clear our minds of unnecessary clutter, allowing for more room to generate innovative ideas and to analyze situations more effectively. Next, we have the importance of seeking diverse perspectives. We all have our own unique ways of viewing the world, influenced by our experiences, cultures, and values. By actively seeking out and considering these diverse perspectives, we can broaden our own understanding and approach to problem solving. It's like looking at a sculpture from different angles. You get a more complete and nuanced understanding of its shape and form. Another key to enhancing our creative and critical thinking skills is embracing curiosity. This is about fostering a desire to learn, to explore, to understand. Curiosity drives us to ask questions, to dig deeper, and to venture into the unknown. It propels us to challenge the status quo, to see beyond the obvious, and to uncover new insights. Finally, we must remember that enhancing our creative and critical thinking skills is a journey, not a destination. It's a continuous process of learning, growing, and refining. It's about nurturing a mindset of openness, flexibility, and resilience. By nurturing our creative and critical thinking, we can become better problem solvers and innovators. We can discover new ideas, create novel solutions, and make informed decisions. And ultimately, we can contribute more meaningfully to our communities and to the world at large. So we've taken a journey through the mind, exploring different types of thinking. We've grappled with the nature and definition of reasoning, diving into the intricacies of how our minds process information and solve problems. We've dissected the various types of problems we might encounter and the general methods we can employ to find solutions. We've also ventured into the roadblocks we might face when seeking solutions, understanding that overcoming these impediments is essential for effective problem solving. And let's not forget our exploration into the realms of creativity and critical thinking. We've seen how these two types of thinking can complement each other, enhancing our ability to think outside the box and analyze situations thoroughly. So next time you're faced with a problem or a new idea, remember the power of your thinking process. Harness the power of reasoning, creativity, and critical thinking, and there's no problem you can't solve. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of your mind. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe and follow the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.